Hey, thanks for watching 4Color Commentary. I'm Mark Allen, and I have here another 50-cent haul video. Now, yesterday, I went to a vintage stock in Tulsa Hills to be exact, and of course, they were having their Independence Day weekend BOGO sale, buy one, get one, for comics. Now, it was a different kind of sale, depending on what kind of items you were getting, but of course, I was there snagging dollar comics, and as they were dollar comics, they were buy one get one, which made them effectively 50 cents each. And I just wanted to go through what I got. This was largely, and I mean very largely, a kind of stuff I just want to read for 50 cents. I think I've mentioned this before, but when it's a 50-cent sale that we're talking about, I don't look as much for flippable stuff, though I do keep an eye open all the time, and I do have a couple of items that are flippable. But for that rate, for 4 bits a comic, I'm looking for stuff that I've always wanted to read, and I got a lot of that kind of stuff. Now, first of all, I always liked What If. I've always liked What If comics, even back to the Volume 1, Number 1, What If Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, one of my all-time favorite What If stories to this day. Now, some of these, what this did was this introduced me to some Marvel or characters I wasn't even aware of. This is old guy. My status as comic book old guy really came through as I'm like, who in the world is this character? And the character I'm talking about is right here. He is a Summers boy. His superhero name is Vulcan, and I believe it's Gabriel Summers. Yes, Gabriel Summers, brother to Alex and Scott Summers, Cyclops and Havoc. And so this is, I think this character was, they came up with him somewhere around 2006 to 2008, somewhere in there. I don't know. Never heard of this guy. I'm curious. Anybody else out there besides me who had never heard of him? I'm actually kind of toying with the idea of searching out his first appearance now, which is, I think, X-Men Deadly Genesis number 4 or something like that. But anyway, this is What If, starring the Uncanny X-Men. It's basically a story about Gabriel Summers, who I didn't know, and so I couldn't be really, wasn't that really invested in the story. And so some of these comics, even though I wanted to read them, I won't hang on to them most likely unless the story just really strikes me. They'll go into a sell box for a show coming up in October that I'm going to work in Pryor, Oklahoma. But anyway, so it's pretty cool for a 50-cent grab. Another one, X-Men, What If, X-Men Deadly Genesis, having to deal with another story with Gabriel Summers. This was actually, even though, I'm finally starting to come, after reading the other one first and then reading this one, I've got a little background on the character, interesting story, even though I don't have anything emotionally invested in him, but interesting story still. So it was kind of a neat story. It was getting better and better. So from one to the other, got a little better. Then another What If Magneto and, let's see, I think it says What If Magneto. Let me just take it out of here. What If Magneto and Phoenix. Those two I've read. Those are the only two I've read so far out of this haul. What If Magneto and Professor X had formed the X-Men together. And so got that one. Can't wait to read that one. Got some wonderful Mike McKone art inside. I've always been a fan of McKone. Like his work. Haven't followed all of his stuff, but I really liked him on the Exiles years ago. So that's what I'm getting. I'm looking forward to reading. Another one, another What If following this one. Now they, of course, as you know, they got to where they stopped numerically recognizing the What Ifs in volumes, and so many of them just said What If number 1, such as this one, What If number 1. With Civil War, within the Civil War storyline, you have American Patriot there, or Iron Patriot, I'm sorry, Iron Patriot carrying Captain America's shield, a busted up shield as it turns out. Can't wait to read that. The cover just grabs me, man. I love that cover. And just a great patriotic and yet sense of foreboding on that cover. All right. Some more What Ifs. Again, all these are 50 cents. Can't wait to read these. What If? These were a little more recent, I believe. But What If, starring these are all What If Infinity. These next ones. What If Infinity number 1 with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Got a very cool cover there with Rocket all up in Thanos' face, and so you kind of wonder what transpires there, which of course is what those covers are supposed to be. Here's another What If Infinity number 1, Dark Reign. And you have, of all people, this is kind of a chilling image, the Green Goblin wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay, so again, 50 cents, great picks for 50 cents. I'm going to enjoy reading these, I believe. What If Infinity #1, starring the Inhumans. Okay, great stuff there. Excited to read those. And then What If Infinity X-Men #1. I don't know what to expect from this, but you do have Thanos in the background, and in the foreground you have Iron Man's busted helmet, Captain America's broken shield. I don't know who this is in the air right there, but there's What If Infinity #1 or X-Men #1. All right, so cool stuff there. Now that's the what ifs that I snagged. Again, 50-cent opportunities drive me to grab that stuff I've wanted to buy, but didn't even really want to spend $1 on. I know that sounds cheap. I know exactly how that sounds, even as I say it. Didn't want to spend $1 on. Wow. Okay. So anyway, at 50 cents, I was like, or at B.O.G.O, you know, buy one, get one. I was like, sure, I'll try this. So I've been wanting to try this 90s series for quite some time. I want to make sure that it's 90s. This is, after all, a hobby, first and foremost, about what you enjoy, or it should be. Okay, 2001. But does have wonderful art in it by Humberto Ramos. Brian Augustin is the writer, always a solid writer. And then we'll put it back in the bag because I do want to protect them. Okay, and the series is out there. And I've always wanted to read it. It looked like a cool series. And people that read it back in the day, I understand, liked it. So out there, #1. I did get #2. #3. #4. Very formidable looking being there on the cover. And #5. If I like these and sail through them and have a lot of fun, I plan on finishing out that series. All right. This next series, I was really glad, always glad to find a series, a limited series where everything is there. So often in the cheap boxes, what you find is a limited series that has, if it's a 4-issue series, it has 2, 3, and 4. Or if it's a 6-issue series, it has 2 through 6. And #1 is missing, or one of them at least is missing. This one had all 6 issues, and it is Thor: Blood Oath by Michael Avon Oeming and Scott Collins doing the art. And I've liked Scott Collins' work for a long time. Watch me be getting that name wrong, just because I know my brain, my mind. I always suspect myself being wrong. Nope, Scott Collins, okay? Look at this great front spread there with Thor flying after the absorbing man. Love that, okay? But it is a 6-issue limited series published in, let me check that out. I don't have this, shout out real quick to Night Tiger. Michael, I always admire what you do with you taping, put a little piece of paper, a little information label on the back of your bag and boards with your comics so you can show the comic to the camera and just rattle off the information. I love that. But this was published in 2005, so circa 2005, 2006 series, limited series. So there is Thor: Blood Oath #1. The covers, of course, all of the art inside as well, beautiful. #1. There is #2, Thor with the Warriors 3. Okay, so Thor: Blood Oath #2. Here's #3 with Thor locked in combat with Hercules. Locked in physical combat there. #3. #4, Thor is a pig. Love it. Thor is a pig. And then #5, got the Warriors 3 on there again, just them. I always love the Warriors 3. They're fun. They're a fun read when they've got the right creative team. And then #6, kind of a iconic, not iconic from this book, but seems like I've seen that image of Thor somewhere before. And it's just very, very cool looking. It looks like it should be iconic anyway. So great, great looking anyway, miniseries. I can't wait to dig into, all for 50 cents a piece. And then as I am trying to build up that Warren Ellis and was it Paul Ryan? No, not Paul Ryan. Or Warren Ellis and I don't remember the artist who they started on. I want to say Cassidy, but it's not Cassidy. Anyway, when Warren Ellis took over the writing on Stormwatch, wanted to follow that again. So I found issue number 41. I now have 37. Warren Ellis started writing. The new team started in that issue 37. Have 38, 39, and 41. These are actually kind of a difficult. It's kind of a difficult group of books to track down. Let's see, who is the artist in this one? It is Ryan, something Ryan. Well, oh well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. But anyway, just a great, when Ellis took over the writing of Stormwatch in issue number 37, great stuff. Lots of fun with that book. Okay, found another of the Larry Hama and Adam Kubert Wolverines, but in Weapon X. This is Weapon X number 4. I now have 1, 2, and 4. It's fun chasing down issues of series that you already know you're going to like because you've read them before and they were great, but you've forgotten enough to kind of make it seem fresh again when you read them. So another one picked up there. Now, this one I got because this next one I got because it finished out a story I was following. It is a Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance. It is number 6. It has Venom on the cover, but it's an Adam Kubert cover finished by Ken Stacy, and I think that's right. That Ken Stacy, Mark Stacy. I don't remember. One of those guys that usually does independent comics work, but it's just a great image of Venom there hanging from the ceiling with the flaming skull and chain there. It looks like he's just beheaded the Ghost Rider. It's a little bit dark, but it's just a great image. Oh, there's a better image of it there. Stacy. Wish I could remember that artist's first name. But he's been doing work for decades and does really great work. All right, this next one I got is somewhat of I'm going to consider it somewhat of a flippable, but I got it because I love the white cover, border anyway, and it has stayed white over the years. It is Image 0, number 0. It's interesting. They put 0. They wrote 0 and put the number 0 on there. I haven't done much research on this book. I'm assuming that it was kind of introducing the Image universe, but man, it was in such high grade and a nice white border on there. And I started looking on eBay, and people don't want 50 cents for it. They want at least $5 or up. And so I thought, Image is love it or hate it. Love or hate that era, love or hate that company and what they turned out. They did turn out some good stuff. It wasn't all pablum, okay? There was some good stuff. But love it or hate it, it is a significant chapter in the history of comic books. And it's going to always be. And so that's just a nice one to have in the collection and to hang on to. There are some neat illustrations in there. This next one I got, totally historically, it tickles my historical bone, okay? It tickles my fancy where comics history is concerned, but it does also sport a beautiful John Byrne, looks like a John Byrne painted cover. This is from 1982. This is the Fantastic Four Chronicles. And there it is. Love that cover. It's it's going to need a bit of a press, but it still holds some gloss. And you see what I'm talking about with the, it looks like it was painted. And I love the look. I love John Byrne's look. Now the back cover is just the same image without the all the lettering and such, and I love that too. It gives you the full image of the piece, the full feel of it. All right. So anyway, you have just some neat art inside. You also have some articles and just a rundown of the history of the FF. And so it's one of those things that you have Fantastic Four, A Personal Recollection by John Byrne. It's just that kind of a book, and I love the history of it. So for 50 cents, that was just, man, all day long. I'll buy that kind of thing for 50 cents. All right. So that was something I was glad to have. It does have some, like I said, it does have some spine ticks couple of spine ticks. It's going to need a press, but this is for me. I love the art. I love the some of the articles that are in there, and this is going to need, however, at least a Silver Age, perhaps a Golden Age bag. I'm not sure. A couple more here. Again, great 50-cent buys, and this one I'm going to take out. I'll take them both out. This one I already have a couple of copies of it, but it's a first full appearance of Lady Deathstrike in Alpha Flight number 34. It will need a bit of a press. It does have a crease here and there, but nice gloss. And for 50 cents, just a great buy with a fairly meaningful character, important character. Figures into the background of Wolverine somewhat, but Sal Buscema, of course, does the layouts. Gary, I've never known how to pronounce his last name, or probably Jerry. Gerrytalaoc. Talak, I don't know, but I know he is a Filipino artist, but some fairly good art there. I love, of course, it's Sal Buscema, so I always like that. And again, the first full appearance of Lady Deathstrike. So for 50 cents, Alpha Flight 34 is an absolute steal. Okay, this last one, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to consider it as far as value. I grabbed it for 50 cents because I wanted to read it. It is the first appearance of a now major character that I never got to read. I never picked up the series. But as you know, things like Free Comic Book Day and Halloween Comic Fest they turn out reprints of different books. This is, again, an important book. This was a reprint from 2019, okay, but it is a reprint of Ultimate Fallout number 4, only this one is titled Miles Morales Spider-Man, okay. It is a reprint of that. Now, people on eBay they're asking, they're not getting, but asking anywhere from $9 to $40, $50 for this. I don't think it's set to do those kind of numbers, though it could. I mean, as I understand, a high grade copy of Ultimate Fallout number 4 is now up into the 780 range, maybe more. So anyway, it's just it is kind of a neat book. I'm looking forward to reading it. It is not stamped, okay, so no comic book store stamped it, so that's good. So anyway, those are my 50-cent books. Decent haul, I think, and lots of great reading that I'm looking forward to. Some, like I said, will go into a sell box, and they will be sold in October at Pryor Creek Comic Con, and others will go right into my collection. The Thor Miniseries, we'll see what I think about it. It's certainly beautiful, but we'll see what story-wise, how it stands up. Out There, same thing. I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm kind of thinking Out There is one of those things, even though I've never read it before, I've always looked at it, and just looking at it looks like the kind of thing that would attract a movie treatment, okay? Along the lines of Goonies or something like that. But, you got a bunch of kids. You got a bunch of kids in adventures that have to do with the supernatural. It just kind of is something that kind of is entertaining in a movie. So anyway, just a thought. But anyway, that's it. 50-cent haul. Great time. Great haul. Some great books. Can't wait to read them. And I appreciate you watching. Appreciate that even more than I appreciate the great sales. So keep watching. If you haven't liked the channel, go ahead and do that. Or if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Like the video. Comment on the video. Share the video if you'd like. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.